Greetings viewers, and a warm welcome to the October edition of NASCOM Insights TechBytes. We are back with interesting findings from our most recent research on technology trends and market insights, which I am certain will assist you in enhancing your tech strategy. In this episode, we'll cover 4 topics. The first one is the 4th edition of the Technology Industry Compensation Benchmarking Survey that is conducted by Deloitte and is supported by NASCOM. The second project is the NASCOM Zinnov India GCC Trends Half-Yearly Analysis that takes stock of the happenings in the Indian Global Capability Center space in the first half of 2023. The third topic is the Quarterly Industry Review, September 2023, which is an analysis of the technology industry performance during the quarter ending June 2023. The last one is a strategic study on harnessing the power of generative AI, made in partnership with McKinsey, that highlights the potential impact of Gen AI and the prospects it presents for the technology services sector. As usual, we'll also provide a quick summary of the impactful leader talk sessions with industry experts featured on the NASCOM Insights channel last month. And in our Factbook section, we'll share noteworthy happenings in the Indian technology sector space in September. But hold on, before we begin, do ensure that you have subscribed to our channel and to keep yourself informed about the latest insights and trends in the tech industry. Simply click the subscribe button and smash that bell icon right away. I'd now like to welcome our analyst to present key takeaways from the most recent reports we published this month. Here with us to discuss the findings from our India Technology Industry Compensation Benchmarking Survey report, we have Neha. Neha, could you share a quick overview of the coverage of the report for our viewers?
Sure, Achyuta. So over the last 4 years, NASCOM has been supporting Deloitte in its annual compensation benchmarking survey, in which a lot of our members participate. This year, the report focused on key imperatives that have changed in the technology industry, including benefits and rewards, new age skills accruing premium benefits, learning and development opportunities, as well as other HR strategies followed by organization. This year's survey saw participation from over 150 tech organizations, which was spread across IT services, BPM, software products, and GCC sectors.
Sure. Basis the coverage of the report, Neha, can you briefly highlight what were the key takeaways from it?
Sure. So what we have seen is that increments given across all sectors are expected to decrease as organizations are cautious on the current macroeconomic and business demand environment, and thus that is kind of impacting the increment budgets. Secondly, the average increment of 9.1% is expected to be given in the technology sector this year, which is in line with the India's overall industry average. Also, IT services and BPM organizations, they continue to pay the highest bonus payout in the technology industry. What we saw notably is that the average bonus percentage difference between junior professionals and senior management has reduced to approximately 10% in 2023 versus 18% in 22. Now, what we also saw that around 13% of the overall tech population was promoted in FY 2023 with additional average promotion increment of 7.4%. Now, having said that, we do have a cost-conscious approach to business, but that hasn't withheld employers from valuing employees with niche skills. And organizations continue to pay a premium over base salaries for niche skills such as AI, ML, UI, UX, cybersecurity, cloud, DevOps, and blockchain. And I think towards the end, I would like to say that Deloitte is projecting that the India technology sector average increments for 24 will be in the range of 8.8 to 9.7%.
Okay. Thank you, Neha. This is a free report, viewers, and you can find the link in the description box below. Grab your copy right now. For the NASCOM Zinnov India GCC Trends Half-Yearly Analysis Report, we have Vandhana with us to discuss key findings. Welcome to the show, Vandhana.
Thanks a lot, Achyuta.
Vandhana, what does this report, India H1 CY 2023 GCC Trends Reports, cover?
So this report is actually an analysis of shifts in the India's GCC landscape for the first half of the calendar year. So it analyzes the number of new GCCs that have opened and also the existing GCCs that have expanded their presence across various sectors and locations in the country. It also features an industry first quarterly GCC intensity index, which we have created with Zinnov, And this is a multivariate assessment model intended to tracking and measuring the activity of GCCs in India on a quarterly basis. So this index also encompasses various parameters such as GCC establishment and expansion, industry verticals, functions, tiers, headquarter locations, India presence in terms of number of locations, envisioned work profile, etc. Also, in this quarter's edition, there is also a deep dive on two sectors, which is aerospace and defense and automotive. And we have also showcased almost 15 case studies from various GCCs who are carrying out various innovative work from their India centers.
Thanks, Vandhana.
Yeah.
And can you share some key insights from the report itself?
Sure. So a total of 18 new GCCs were added in the first half of the calendar year 2023, and these were primarily in the tier 1 cities across various verticals. So Bengaluru and Hyderabad, they accounted for 75% of the GCCs which have been set up in this period, and some prominent names include BlackBerry, Truecaller, Lloyds Banking Group and Hy-Vee, who have established their GCC operations in India in the past 6 months. And also more than 23 existing GCCs have expanded their presence in India during the same period. So in addition to tier 1 cities, some prominent tier 2 locations where centers have opened include Tirunelveli, Nashik, Vadodara and Coimbatore. And prominent GCCs who have expanded include Bristol Myers Squibb, DE Shaw, Harman, Pernod Ricard and Deloitte. And the NASCOM Zinnov GCC Intensity Index rating was medium for the first quarter in this calendar year and high for the second quarter.
Thank you, Vandhana. And viewers, this report is a free download for all of you. Please download it from the link below. For our next report, the Q1 FY24 Quarterly Industry Review, we have Prajwal to discuss some key highlights from the report. Prajwal, can you provide us a brief summary of the global tech spending trends and what is the Indian tech industry deal scenario in Q1 FY24?
Sure, Achyuta. So, according to Gartner's projection as of July 23, a global technology spend growth is expected to witness a year-on-year increase of 10.6% in 2023, higher as compared with their April projections of 10.3%. Software spending is expected to grow by double digits in 2023 as businesses invest in core application and platforms that can help them improve efficiency. Now, talking about deal pipeline, that continues to stay strong in the Indian tech sector, but business outlook remains cautious due to the current macro uncertainty. Now, during Q1 FY24, some of the top listed Indian tech companies announced an aggregate deal pipeline of over $20 billion, which is driven by an increased share of cost optimization deals. However, companies are facing delayed decision-making cycles, impacting the conversion of pipeline into billable clients.
Great. What does this really translate into for the Indian tech sector and its different segments, Prajwal?
Okay. So, overall tech industry revenues for the sample set of companies that we analyzed grew 0.2% quarter on quarter and 4% year on year in reported currency terms. In terms of geographies, revenues from EMEA and North America remained flat during the quarter, while growth in India and rest of the world dropped. We also saw sequential revenue growth for manufacturing and emerging verticals, while the remaining verticals including BFSI and telecom witnessed a decline. The overall headcount declined slightly in Q1 FY24, while attrition continues its downtrend. For our industry segments, revenue grew substantially for pure play ER&D, while there was a positive movement for pure play BPM providers too.
Thanks for giving us the highlights, Prajwal. Viewers, this report is free for NASCOM members and nominally priced for non-members. The link is in the description box below. Thank you.
Thank you.
For our IT Modernization report, 2023 State of IT Modernization Securing Enterprise Competitiveness, we have Naman with us to share the key highlights from the report. Naman, NASCOM released its first ever State of End User IT Modernization Adoption report. What all was included in it?
Sure. So, Achyuta, the report contains an overview of IT modernization and its evolution, key insights from the NASCOM 2023 IT Modernization Survey, IT Modernization Business Growth Playbook for technology service providers, and a comprehensive 30 plus case studies. So that's for the first time that we are doing something like this.
Great. And the survey sounds very interesting. Naman, could you please talk more about what came out of it?
Sure. So NASCOM conducted the 2023 IT modernization survey, which is first of its kind assessment of IT modernization level across a mix of end user sectors. You will be surprised to know, Achyuta, that we had over 100 enterprises participating, and we found out that modernization is the topmost priorities for most enterprises, with 88% users having up to 60% of their tech budget dedicated to this. Top 4 benefits of IT modernization are productivity boost, reduced operational costs, improved business agility, and scalability. 61% of enterprises intend to re-architect or rebuild their legacy applications. Through the survey, NASCOM IT Modernization Maturity Index was also created that indicates different verticals that are at different stages of maturity, with BFSI, high tech, and manufacturing ahead of the other sectors. And another interesting fact that we found out during the course of our study was that North American enterprises are ahead of others in the IT modernization journey as compared to the other geographies. But interestingly, the Indian enterprises are fast catching up. Large organizations have more planned approach in their modernization journeys with a long-term vision in place as compared to an ad hoc approach, which is relatively associated with smaller organizations. Gen AI, 5G, 6G, Web3 and blockchain are the top emerging technologies completely reshaping the modernization journey of enterprises. Data residency and security are the key future considerations. Similarly, in the next 2 years, 47% of enterprises would have modernized up to 60% of their applications.
Sure. And could you also talk to me about the business growth playbook that you mentioned for service providers that is there in this report?
Yes. The report highlights IT modernization business growth playbook for service providers, with only 1/3 of end users are satisfied with their current state of modernization. So technology service providers need to focus on 5 building blocks that are essential for successfully scaling IT modernization. So these are strategy, technology, talent, data security, and process.
Thanks, Naman. Viewers, this is a free report. Again, that link is in the description box below. Please download it. For the report titled Harnessing the Power of Generative AI, we have Dhiraj to give us a glimpse of what is there in the report. Dhiraj, to begin with, I'd like to explore the big picture. How do you see this overall economic impact of Gen AI across the world?
Great question. I believe that the overall economic impact of Gen AI will be huge. An estimated economic value of $2.6 to $4.4 trillion is expected to be generated by Gen AI globally. If we look at the 4 major themes, which are concision, coding, customer engagement, and content generation, around 75% of the value is expected to be concentrated in just 4 functions, which are sales and marketing, software engineering, customer operations, and product R&D. And even more interestingly, 70% of the impact is expected from reimagining of existing analytics or AI use cases.
Sure, these are some good numbers, Dhiraj, but let's narrow down our focus to what's happening in India. What do you see is the potential impact of Gen AI on India's technology service providers?
In the Indian context, I see a 20, 30, 40, 80 potential of Gen AI. What this means is 20% expansion in addressable market, 30% improvement in service delivery productivity, 40% improvement in selling general and administrative productivity, and up to 80% higher developer satisfaction. But the catch here is that not all of this impact will be visible in the short term. So over the next 18 to 24 months, we can expect to see some parts of these benefits getting realized.
Got it. I think Gen AI is a medium term to long term opportunity over here. What do you think will determine the impact of Gen AI on technology service providers?
I think it will depend on their existing service lines, their vertical mix, their speed of Gen AI adoption, and an interplay of various factors like pricing pressure, Gen AI cost, insourcing by client enterprises, and so on. So while estimates indicate that Gen AI has accelerated the timeline for achieving 50% automation levels across current work activities by approximately a decade, I think full potential is still years away.
Thank you. And our last question, Dhiraj, is that what's really restricting currently the at-scale adoption of GenAI among organizations, and what can organizations do right now to really drive up the adoption?
I think risks associated with hallucinations, factual inaccuracies, or biased content generation are there. I mean, people are already talking about them, but risks are also around lack of regulatory guidelines concerning data privacy and IP, and the uncertainty around the economic benefits of GenAI for organizations. While these challenges take some time to gradually recede as technology advances, organizations can start preparing themselves by building a comprehensive readiness approach. So they can start looking into their new operating model, they can look into their change management strategy, technology, partnerships, talent, risk management, and so on and so forth. I think with the right amount of timely focus on these building blocks, organizations can better position themselves to seize opportunities that GenAI has to offer.
Thanks, Dhiraj. This is one of the first reports that we have done on GenAI, and we promise to do a lot more in the next few quarters. Viewers, this report is available for free. You can find the link in the description box below. Now, I'd like to invite Shagun from our marketing team to give a brief overview of our recent thought leadership sessions and why you should be checking them out. Shagun, over to you.
Thanks, Achyuta. We had 3 insightful sessions in the month of September. The first one was recorded at the sideline of NASCOM Annual Technology Conference NATC in Gurgaon. And the conversation revolved around penetration of deep tech into SaaS ecosystem and the impact of deep tech on business growth of Indian B2B SaaS companies. For this conversation, Preeti Anand and Saurav Goswami from EY joined us. Achyuta, we did the September Analyst Assemble session. This time we focused on the trends and overall market performance of ER&D companies with Parik Jain, CEO, EIIR Trends. We also did the State of IT Modernization Securing Enterprise Competitiveness Report launch session. In this conversation, we covered the benefit of modernization for enterprise and leaders from LTIMindtree, Mastech, and NetSolution. In between, we also launched the NASCOM Zinnov India GCC Trends half-yearly analysis at the Indian Redefining Globalization Blueprint event at Bangalore, supported by Brookfield Properties. Along with this, a couple of interesting sessions featuring leaders from Boeing, Allstate, Daimler, and Polaris, in addition to Analyst from Zinnov and Everest. The highlight launch video is also available on our YouTube channel.
Thanks, Shagun. Viewers, the links to the sessions are in the description box below. Please view them. We now have Prajwal with us to give us a quick overview of key happenings in the industry.
Okay, Achyuta. So start with unicorns are back in the Indian startup ecosystem. Mumbai-based quick commerce startup Zepto has bagged funding led by new investors at a valuation of $1.4 billion, becoming the first unicorn of 2023. Now, some major partnerships include this month were Coforge Limited and Newgen Software elevating their partnership to deliver transformative insurance lifecycle management solutions in customer communications management and document and content management on the low-code platform. We also saw Wipro partnering with ServiceNow to create Wipro Cyber Transform, which is intelligent ServiceNow risk and security solution that enables organizations to integrate their risk, compliance, and security postures effectively. Now, coming to some of the major tech contracts, Infosys announced a strategic multi-year collaboration with Stark Group to power its digital transformation journey, leveraging the recently launched Infosys Topaz, an AI-first set of services solutions platforms using generative AI. We also saw HCL Tech and ANZ have expanded their relationship with a new engagement that will transform ANZ's digital employee experience across 33 countries by leveraging next-generation technologies including extended reality, Gen AI, and IoT-powered workspace.
Prajwal, thank you for the insights.
Thank you.
Viewers, thank you for being with us today. You can access all our reports on the NASCOM community and the NASCOM website. We have an exciting roster of reports scheduled for release in October, so stay connected. To receive prompt notifications when we upload new videos to our channel, please click on the bell icon. If you found this video informative, please consider sharing it with your friends and colleagues. We await your feedback. Stay safe and keep tuning in.